Welcome back to the Two-Ton Money Super 1 British Karting Championships. It's Junior Rotax up next. The grid positions on your screen now with Kai Hunter on pole. Oakley Pryor, who had a dramatic week, shall we say, at the Rotax Festival last week, and nice to see him bouncing back with a P2 for this one. Guy Cunnington, the championship leader coming into the round, goes off P5. Other drivers through the grid will be looking to come through from the back. Look for Klaas Koijke to make some moves, that's for sure. The other man in major contention for the championship, James Lowther, goes off P3, so just in front of his championship rival Guy Cunnington. They come through turn one. Look at the rooster tails coming up from the water, the standing water on the track. It's still drizzling. It's not the rain, it's the fact that it's rain with wind. It's 18 to 20 mile an hour the wind. That's blowing the rain sideways pretty much. Down out of top bend towards the dogleg then. Oakley Pryor up the inside, and Pryor takes the lead into the dogleg. I'd love to see Oakley Pryor have a good weekend this weekend after a very challenging and difficult weekend last weekend. The 44 gets turned round. That's Sam Harrison. Taylor Babs took to the grass as Lowther goes through to second place, looking for the lead into the left-hander. Can't quite make that work. Sam Harrison was pictured up to the final turn then. It's still Pryor that has it from James Lowther, but for how long? Lowther looking down the inside, more like window shopping than actual buying at this stage, but definitely James Lowther, as Bailey Voicing gets a warning flag for something. Lowther looking to go by and take the lead sometime soon. Oakley Pryor pictured, that is James Lowther on the 9, so they are first and second. And Kai Hunter there, currently in third place. Finley Bunce is fourth from Ben Burgess, and Guy Cunnington, championship leader coming into the round, is there in sixth place, and he is now tied for the lead. I say tied for the lead of the championship as Lowther goes through to the lead, so Lowther now will have the championship lead all on his own, but not for long as Pryor goes past. Lowther looks for him on the switchback and gets him on the switchback, so Lowther's point should change to 7:44, I believe. There you go, as they go across the line. So Lowther has a 2-point championship lead. Finley Bunce went through to third place going through the final turn as well. Cunnington came into the round as the championship leader, but at the moment, as things stand on track live, those points update live as the drivers go through the finish line. James Lowther has the championship lead out of top bend then, down to the dogleg. Great overtaking opportunity. You can see the amount of water on the track. The rain is a bit heavier than it was. 7 car going through the picture, that was Guy Cunnington. Second in the championship now. Klaas Koijke's on the move, he's up to 12th place. So he's made up 4 places. The biggest mover actually was Will Jenkins, who started at the back of the grid, P25. He's up to 20, so he's made up 5 places so far as they come across the finish line. One more time then. It's Lowther from Pryor, Bunce, Hunter, Ben Burgess, then Guy Cunnington. Alex Eads, the British Open champion, won that title last weekend at the Rotax Festival. He's in front of the English champion, Tom Adams. And then in 9th place, we've got Matthew Collins and Ryan Taylor-Truman rounding out the top 10 as they go down to the dogleg one more time. Looking up the inside, that is Ben Burgess on the 13. He's got the man second in the championship now, Guy Cunnington right behind him. And Cunnington will see that Lowther is out front as he tries to go by Burgess. Did he get that done? Can't quite see. Ryan Taylor-Truman is the leading rookie, but he might not be the leading rookie for long if he keeps putting 2 wheels on the grass like he did there. Lucky to get away with it, but he's still running. Here they come then, across the line. Oakley Pryor in second place, looking for a good result after last weekend. Those of you that saw last weekend, somebody said to me in the week, well, he acted like a child. I said, well, he is a child. He won't think he's a child because he's a teenager. No teenager thinks they're a child, but he is. Ben Casey gets a warning for something. Those of you that remember being teenagers and doing something silly you later regretted, put your hands up. Yeah, that's everybody. I'd love to see him take a win this weekend, but I'm not sure he's going to do that with the pace that Lowther's got. Best he may be able to do here is hold on to a podium spot because Finley Bunce is looking very spicy indeed. Oakley Pryor sets the fastest sector in Sector 1. Lowther responds with the fastest sector in Sector 2. and it looks like Lowther is just going to clear off here potentially from Oakley Pryor. He's got a big lead here, Lowther now, really to lose it, he's got to chuck it off. Will have some sort of mechanical, and Oakley Pryor now under real pressure from man in the orange helmet, that's Finley Bunce in third place. Kai Hunter went through in fourth from Burgess, Cunnington, Eads, Tom Adams, Matthew Collins and Ryan Taylor-Truman still rounding out the top 10. Klas Koika has now made up, 6 places from 17th. I said he'd be on the move, he is. Alex Bentley's made up 6 as well. James Watson has now made up 9 places. Watson now up to 17th, not quite seen him, but he is on the move, looking to try and get himself probably into the top 10. The E-plate going through the picture. Tom Adams, he is the English champion. The E-plates, if you see them, denote the drivers as the English champion. That's a plate that was developed a couple of seasons ago by the Association of British Kart Clubs, and it's been very successful, I have to say. Quick look there, close-up look at the rear end of Finley Bunce. He's got a close-up look at the rear end of Oakley Pryor on the 66. The rain has abated slightly, but it's still very wet. The track is still drizzling and it's still windy. It's not as heavy, but you can see in certain parts of the track, you see there is some standing water as Cunnington goes through on the 7th. He's still there in 6th place. Guy Cunnington just can't get anything going this weekend. Cunnington, of course, involved in that incident last week with Oakley Pryor. I think he was excluded from the race as a consequence. There was some talk that he might not be here this weekend because of other incidents and the countback system, but here he is. I'm pleased to see him here, to be honest. I don't like to see people losing out on potential national championship wins because of incidents that happen around other tracks. And listen, I was the first to say last week when Guy went up the inside, he's an honest lad. He will know, looking back on that, really the room wasn't there. But I don't like people to see excluded from national championships for making what is a mistake. It wasn't deliberate, it was just a judgment error, in my opinion. Just my view. I know a few of you will disagree with me, but you know I'm right and you're wrong. It is Oakley Pryor there on the 66, still in front of Finley Bunce. Bunce just can't quite seem to get onto the back of him, but Pryor slid wide there, so lost himself a couple of kart lengths, and that's put Bunce very close to him now. Hunter goes through in 4th place from Burgess, Cunnington. Then comes Alex Eads on the O-plate, the British Open champion. There he is, through the right-hander, out of top straight into the loop. The O-plate followed by the E-plate, battle of the letters, I guess. Still Lowther leads the championship by 2 points from Guy Cunnington. Cunnington's still stuck there in 6th. He's been 6th pretty much the entire race. Here comes the British Open champion and the English champion. It's the English champion Adams that gets the best of it this time into the dogleg and moves himself up to 7th place. In behind them, we've got Matthew Collins, and then comes Taylor-Truman, the leading rookie, by the way, Ryan Taylor-Truman. If you see him on the 65 kart, had 2 wheels on the grass earlier, he's recovered from that and still got that rookie trophy in his pocket. Lots of rookies in this one. Harry Newman-Oakley is the second rookie behind him, but he's got Klas Koika between Ryan Taylor-Truman and Harry Newman-Oakley, the 2 rookies. Klas Koika's between them. Koika, a lot more experienced, may indeed go by Ryan Taylor-Truman if he gets a sniff, there's no doubt about that. And that could leave the 2 rookies battling for the rookie trophy. If you win as a privateer, you get a trophy. If you win as a rookie, you get a trophy. So there's effectively 2 races going on in one, and in this one we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rookies in it. How many aren't rookies? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we've got 15 drivers that aren't rookies, 11 drivers that are rookies in this one. So it's a decent battle. If you are a rookie coming to the championship, bear in mind you are battling for your own trophy. That is the aforementioned Harry Newman-Oakley. He's got Klas Koika there on the 77 in front of him. So Harry Newman-Oakley there on the 86, and in behind them Cameron Thompson on the 26 kart. They're battling for 11th, 12th and 13th respectively. There they are, going out of top bend down to the dogleg. So it looks like Ryan Taylor-Truman got enough of a gap probably to hold on to it unless he gets involved in some sort of incident. The leading rookie, there he is on the 65. That's a gap he's got over Class Coulthard there on the 77. 22 going through the picture, Bailey Voicing and Ben Casely. You may have seen Jack Steadman and Alex Bentley as well. 15th, 16th and 17th respectively. Through the final bend, clips the curb on the 26. Cameron Thompson, that is, there he is pictured. Under the top straight, down to the inside loop. Just losing the back slightly of the 77, Class Coulthard. There is Class pictured. They go through this top bend onto the back straight and again down to the dogleg. That's Harry Newman Oakley pictured there in the 86 carts. Kai Hunter going through the shot on the 95, just snapping the visor shut on the radiator, trying to get some heat into the engine, I guess. There's that battle between Coulthard, well, it's now Coulthard, Thompson and Harry Newman Oakley. Thompson out of shot of the picture, the cameras rather, has obviously gone by somewhere. You'll see James Watson going through the shot. He's made up 8 places now, 26 on the grid. In fact, he started, not 25th. We've lost Taylor Babs, as we said earlier, he's retired. Harvey Edmondson looks like he's had a problem as well. He's out of the race. Down towards the dogleg one more time. That was Will Jenkins, the back marker, just in front of the race leader. Race leader is the 9 cart, followed by Pryor on the 66, then Bunce on the 6. So that is Will Jenkins getting blue flags. He's going to have to get out of the way of the race leader sharpest. This is the sort of thing in these conditions that can cost the race leader the lead. And that is Jenkins getting in the way of the race leader and slowing him down, there's no doubt about it. And that's going to allow Oakley Pryor to get back into the mix. And Pryor is loving this. Oakley Pryor's watching this and thinking, yeah, get in the way of the race leader, that's what we want to see. Now get out of the way of me. And he's still in front of the race leader. What is going on? Getting blue flags, and race leader goes by. Lowther giving him the signal. And well, he should too, because Oakley Pryor now right in the back of him. And this is, well, it's unbelievable. There goes Lowther rather up the inside of Jenkins, and now it's Oakley Pryor that's got the problem. Will Jenkins get in the way? I'm not sure what that's all about. He's certainly getting blue flags, and he's still getting in the way of the lead battle. And this could easily affect the outcome of the race. So here comes Pryor up the inside of Jenkins. He's got by, but with some difficulty. Finley Bunce is going to have no such problem. It looks like Bunce, has he got him? Yeah, he has. So Bunce straight by, and that's helped Finley Bunce out. No end, to be fair. But no real damage, I guess, to the race leader with 4 seconds left on the clock. So there'll be a lap left when they go across the line next time. I'm not sure what was going on there with Will Jenkins. I know it's difficult. There are difficult conditions. You can't see a lot through the helmet. There's no wiper blades on your helmets, obviously. But certainly could have affected the race lead, could have even got involved in something there and seen the race leader or those in second and third taken off. It's Kai Hunter that's got the problem now. He's in 4th place, he's got to get by, although he's too far behind to affect any of these positions as they come out of the elbow up to the final turn, and that is the starter with the last lap board in his hand. So it looks like James Lowther is going to take the win. Where's Guy Cunnington? Well, Cunnington's dropped a place, in fact. He's just dropped a place on that lap, and he's just dropped a point, as you can see in the championship points. He's now dropped down to 741, so Lowther has bagged himself a 3-point championship lead. I'm not sure what problem Cunnington had on that lap. Well, the problem was Tom Adams, obviously, on the E-plate. The E-plate's gone by, and that's dropped Cunnington down a point to 741. It looks like this is the way it's going to finish. I don't see anything happening here unless somebody chucks it off, and I think all of these drivers at the front of the field way too experienced to do that. So James Lowther taking yet another win at the Super 1 National Championship level, gets the checkered flag. He's not waving the checkered flag, just holding it out. I think it's because it's just so wet, I guess. There's Bunce, that's Kai Hunter. Who comes next? That's Burgess. It is Tom Adams ahead of Guy Cunnington, so he never got that place back. The British Open champion Alex Eads comes through for 8th place, and Matthew Collins, Ryan Taylor-Truman, Class Coulthard through to 11th in the end, makes up 6 places. James Watson ended up making up 6. Declan Lee further down the field has made up 5 places through to 18th. Alex Bentley through in 16th, made up 5, and Bailey Voicing made up 5 as well. The official results look like this. No front fairing penalties mean the top 12 stay as they are. Coulthard and Watson made up the most places in the race. James, another top step for you, just Tell us all about that win.
It was really hard. We started third because we had a alright pre-final, then got to the lead, pulled a bit of a gap, then caught a bit of a back marker, so then we got held up, and then he didn't realise that we were lapping him. Then Oakley got past as well, and it was just pulled another gap from there and just managed to get the win.
Who do you want to thank for your win?
Jordan Chamberlain, Adrian Coles and Ogden.
This class looks like it'll go right to the final round with Lowther leading Cunnington by 3 points. That's nothing with a couple of rounds to go. Join us in part 4 for Senior Rotax.